What's up, Tackle Warehouse fans? Jake here, bringing you this week's episode of What's New at TW. We got a bunch of hot baits for you today. Got some sweet reels, some sweet rods, a bunch of top water baits, some really cool stuff to go over. Let's start off with rod and reel combos here. Not combos, but a few rods and reels we just got in the Tackle Warehouse, the new Abu Garcia Vengeance series of rods. So if you're looking for a great rod at a great price point, these Abu Vengeance rods are pretty hard to beat. They come in at 59 to 69 bucks. Depending on the size, you're getting a great value on these ones. 24-ton graphite fiber frames, super strong, really lightweight, really sensitive. Up on the guides, using a stainless steel guide with aluminum oxide inserts, super comfortable EVA foam handles, custom Abu Garcia reel seats, and got nice Texas keepers on them. They got a bunch of different sizes, casting, spinning, whatever you need. But like I said, I mean, phenomenal rod at a great price point here. All right, next up, we got a new spinning reel from Okuma. This is a really cool spinning reel. So this is called the Wave Off spinning reel. And what's unique about this, first off, it's a limited edition. When you look on the spool, you'll find out what number you got if you purchase one. So only 1,000 of them made. Inside the package, there's actually a QR code, so you're gonna get a free Wave Off t-shirt that goes with the reel. And what's unique about it is they got a special proprietary paint. All these black pieces on the outside, they're actually gonna wear off and wear down and reveal what's underneath it. So a really cool paint job. I mean, on the outside, right out of the package, it already looks really cool, kind of flat black, and has this unique kind of graffiti style paint job to it. But over time, it's just gonna wear down and give it a unique look, and it'll be a one-of-a-kind style reel. Super cool. The reel itself, C40 carbon frame, body, the rotor up here, side plates, so really lightweight. It's got a frictionless main shaft, 8 grease pack ball bearings on the inside, so incredibly smooth. Carbon fiber drag system. It's got a ton of power, so you can fish all kinds of different species with this. So, you know, bass fishing, you can go do some bait fishing, some inshore stuff, whatever you want. And it's got all the power to back it up. So phenomenal reel. They're from Okuma. All right, next up, a bunch more Raid Japan stuff. So we got a bunch more the Raid baits. We did some last week. We got some more this week. This first one here is a topwater bait. It's really cool, the design of it. It's got a single joint right here, and then the tail, the soft plastic tail, is actually jointed right there in the middle. So it's got a really unique action. And this is a crank down style swim bait. So it does have that metal lip, and it's gonna dive down to about 5 feet, but it's a high floating. So, I mean, you can burn this thing super fast and get it to go down a few feet around all kinds of different, structure and stuff like that. But you can also twitch this thing underwater, and it walks side to side, and it gets a crazy action. So if you're looking for, that crank down style swim bait that's becoming more and more popular, this one from Raid is going to be the one you want to check out. The next one is their new underspin, the Libero. The Libero underspin, I think, is the exact name of it. These are cool too because they come in a 2-pack, and we've got a bunch of different sizes of these. And this is one of the coolest little underspins I've seen in a long time. So already rigged up for you right out of the package. And the way that soft plastic and that head is shaped, I mean, it's a seamless connection between the two. So it looks really cool. And the way that hook sits back there, it sits really far back, so you're gonna get a great hookup ratio. Really subtle tail, but that head, it's super flat, so it comes over cover really well, and it's really made to fish the bottom and sit on the bottom. And when it sits on the bottom, I mean, it sits perfectly flat, and it doesn't interfere with that blade, or the blade doesn't interfere with the head sitting on the bottom. The way they put that shaft back, it tucks way back in there, and you get that nice underspin, a little bit extra flash. It's got a small weed guard. I mean, it looks super thin, like it's only a few strands, but it's actually pretty robust for a small kind of finessier style weed guard, so you can fish this thing through a decent amount of cover. Really cool little underspin bait. The next one here is called the Answer Topwater Bait. This is another really unique bait. So kind of combining the aspects of a jerk bait and a buzz bait all into one. You're gonna get that nice minnow profile. It's gonna swim side to side. And then that blade back there, it's just gonna spit and spray and get a super cool, kind of more a subtle topwater action than some of the other more aggressive topwaters on the market, like a traditional buzz bait or a plopping style bait, something like that. This is gonna be great for those times maybe you have some more clear water, or there's tons of fishing pressure from other guys. That's gonna be one you want to check out when you need that more kind of finesse style approach. Now, we got some super unique topwaters here from Raid. This one, their Dodge Crawler. So big, crawler style bait. It's super, super detailed. I mean, the gill plates, the eyes, the profile on the side, big metal wings. They put those big, giant, feathered trebles on there. Now when you reel this thing, I mean, it's going to swim side to side and get a really loud, robust action. It's going to push a ton of water, and it's going to call some really, really big bites. We got this in some awesome colors. I mean, it's silent on the inside. Those wings, they clack and they get that kind of metal clinking sound, and then it's going to splash and do all kinds of stuff. So a really cool topwater bait, but you know, there's a lot of those style baits on the market, and they traditionally, you know, they have treble hooks on them, so you can't really throw them everywhere. But Raid has come out with their micro dodge. I mean, this is a weedless crawler style bait, excuse me. Now, with this bait, I mean, it's going to get that same kind of action, but it's much smaller. It's much smaller in design. And then on the inside, you rig it up right here with like your favorite EWG style hook, and you can skip this thing under overhanging brush, you can back into cover, and you're gonna get that same crawling style action, but in a weedless profile. And it's soft plastic, a little bit smaller, more finessey, but just something cool that you can throw into cover and get it around stuff that you can't get one of these baits with the treble hooks on. These are great. You can make long casts with them, you know, and cover a ton of water and really move down the bank. But when you need to get really in tight around those targets, this is going to be the one you want to check out. I mean, getting that style of bait into, you know, tight cover, I think is something that not a lot of people are utilizing. Probably going to get you a lot of strikes. Now, if you're looking for a big swim bait, if you have a lake with a lot of gizzard shad in it, this is one you want to check out from Savage Gear. So Savage Gear just came out with this 3D line through gizzard shad swim bait. Man, this thing is super cool. We got a bunch of really cool colors of these. And from the outside, I mean, they're using a 3D scan of an actual gizzard shad. So from the side, I mean, you can't get any more realistic than that. The paint jobs, the photo print paint jobs, and the overall profile of the bait itself. So it's got a couple of joints. So it's got a nice, you know, kind of S swimming action. But then it's got the, you know, the 3D fins and, you know, all these exposed fins on the side. So it's going to get those kind of secondary, more natural movements in the water. And then on the inside, it's got a full harness system, and it is a line through, but it allows you to run the hook through the top or the bottom. So if you really want to crawl it on the bottom, you can run the hook on top, but if you want to keep it up higher in the water column, you can run the harness on the bottom. So really cool, just giving you more rigging options, and with the wire harness that's included, you can actually fish it, and you can allow the hook to hang down just like that if you want. It gets you a little bit better chance of having a better hookup ratio, but if the fish are finicky, you can actually tuck the hook into the body, and you can you know, stab it in the plastic right there and get that, you know, that hook to tuck up against the body for a little bit more stealthy approach. So it gives you a bunch of different rigging options, and a super cool bait, man. I wish we had a lake with these big gizzard shad in it. I'd be super stoked to take this thing out and try it out in one of those you know, TVA lakes or something like that. From Evergreen, we got the new bow worm. Now this is one that went out at ICAST, and I'm super pumped to try this one out. As you can see, it's an incredibly soft, I mean, super thin body, soft plastic worm. It's an 8-inch worm, but it's crazy, crazy thin. I mean, it has kind of the same profile or the same thickness as maybe like a 3-inch worm, or, you know, more your finesse style worm. It's not a big, bulky, traditional 8-inch worm that you would think of, you know, like a mag finesse worm or something like that. This is going to be great, you know, for really clear water, or, you know, a lot of places you just need to downsize and have a more finessey approach. So with this bait, you can drop shot it, you can throw it on little wacky jig heads, and it just gets so much crazy action because how thin it is in the water. Or you can fish it weightless. You can put it on the little EWG, whatever you want. But Justin Kerr, an Evergreen pro staffer, you know, fishes a lot of clear water in Arizona, and this is the kind of stuff that you need to fish, you know, to get bites and put yourself above the competition out there. Is, you know, have something a little bit different, still giving you a bigger profile. You know, it's a bigger size worm, but, you know, slimmed down, and it's going to be super, super finessey when you really need to get bites. Another finesse style worm here we got from Duo Realis. We got the Wriggle Slim. So this is the same body shape as the Wriggle Stick they came out with a few years ago, but just, you know, shortened down, slimmed down, and really geared towards for fishing on a Ned rig. So rig it up on your favorite Ned rig style hook, and it's made from an extremely buoyant, soft plastic. So that tip sticks straight up in the air, gets that perfect Ned rig presentation that you want. It's made out of a soft, you know, but like still pretty stretchy material. So it's not going to get torn up as much as some of the, you know, really salted baits. But a bunch of phenomenal colors, and that body shape of it. You know, it pushes a little bit more water than most of your Ned baits that are just a straight cylinder. So with all the little ridges in there, it moves a little bit more water, and then that tail is going to get a little bit more action. So even though it is a kind of a really finessey style bait, it's going to give you a little bit more action than some of those other Ned rigs on the market, and might help you get a few more bites. All right, last up. From our buddies over at Ugly Stik, you know, America's favorite fishing rod, we got some tackle bags. So Ugly Stik just released a few tackle bags. This is a 3600 size bag. There's a 3700 size bag, and there's a backpack. Really robust construction, keeps all your stuff dry. And then on the outside, I mean, they got a pliers pocket. They've got a bunch of external pockets, and then they've got the MOLLE attachment right here on the front, and they have some on the back. So if you want to attach different accessories, you can do that with the MOLLE system. On the inside, comes with a couple of boxes. So each model, you know, depending on the size, comes with a few boxes on the inside. But overall, just super awesome little tackle bags. If you're looking for something smaller for like a day pack, you can go with the 3600. But if you're a co-angler or you need something a little bit bigger, go up to that 3700 size. Holds plenty of tackle, especially with the outside pockets on the outside. Put your bags, soft plastics, whatever you need. Nice handles, easy to carry. So if you're looking for some new tackle bags, you can check those out from Ugly Stik. That's going to wrap up today's episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. For more information, purchase any of these products seen here today, click shop or link in the description below. If you enjoyed this week's video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, let us know in the comments which one of these products you're most pumped about.